Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Joy. So on today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to make this free palazzo shirt. It's a free shirt. Alright, it has two pockets at the back and it also have two front pockets. I achieved this using 1.5 meters of fabric. So you just fold your material. You can get it with 1 yard, 1.5. It depends on the length of your pocket. Alright, so when you fold your material, you fold it with the width of your hip divided by 4 plus 4 to 5 inches extra. So here I use my hip divided by 4 plus 4 inches extra. So the fold I have here is 14 inches. Now I'll come down by 1 inch. I'll come down by 1 inch and I'll draw it on a straight line. And after getting it on a straight line, I will be removing 2 inches because I'll be using the 2 inches band, the 2 inches elastic band for this. So I'll go up by 2 inches. Then I get my hip length, which is 9 inches. Now after that hip length, I will claim my crotch. Here I'll be using 12 inches. My crotch is my hip divided by 4, which is 10. But because this short is very free, I added 2 inches to it. So altogether is 12 inches. Now I'm going to mark it on a straight line. Alright, so this is my waist, my hip, and my crotch. So from this my crotch up to my waist, I'm going to divide my hip by 4 plus 1 inch for ease. That is the way I want it. But if you don't want to add this 1 inch, it's okay. You can just do your hip divided by 4. But note that it will not be free again. It will become normal short. So if you want to achieve this, exactly this free short, just do your hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch for ease. So what I have here is 11 inches all together. So I will make it on a straight line. And after making it on a straight line, I will have to add my crotch extension. Now this crotch extension is my hip divided by 18. That is what I use here, and it's 2.5 for a hip 40. So you divide it with your own hip, and whatever you got, just put it there for that front. Now I'll come out here by 1 inch. That's just for a guide. You can just use your curve rule and connect it. Now you can just connect it, or you do this pattern I want to do. You come to this waist and you remove half an inch. All right, I remove half an inch here, and I'm going to curve this half an inch to meet these other curves I have. Was just looking for a way to curve it so that you really see what I'm doing, but I believe you see what I'm doing. Just curve it. You can use your curve rule to get a very nice curve, or you can use your scissors to get it while cutting it out. Just curve it. Do you understand? So this is it. All right, so after getting that one, you're going to measure what you have at this crotch, everything you have there, and whatever thing you have there, you take it to the down. Now that down is either you remove 1 inch or you put exactly what you have there. So I put everything I have here because I was looking at what I have at the thumbnail. If a free shot you get, so I don't want curve anywhere. I just wanted it scatter like that. But if you want it a little bit close, then you remove 1 inch. All right, so we are going to cut it now. But before we cut it, we're going to add half an inch on this crotch. Now check. You see, I'm having my half an inch there. I'm having half an inch there. I will take it to where the shortage starts from, and I'm going to get my half an inch. That is for my joining, for the crotch joining. Just calm down. Know that we have a new line for that off. Your half an inch should just start for that new line. Now you're going to get it on this one. When you are doing it, you understand what I explain. Now this half an inch here is for joining. Do you understand? I get my half an inch from that old line and connect it well. Now after connecting it well, I will add half an inch for this up. That is for joining too, for joining that waistband to the main short. And then I'll be cutting it out. All right, so this is the places you're going to cut. Can you see? Now you cut all those half an inch we added. Now after cutting, you fold the back. Now this back you're going to fold, you fold it in a way it will have 5 an inch wider than the front. Do you understand? Now the length I use here is 21.5 and my normal short length is 20. The 1.5 is for my folding, my hemming allowance, my folding allowance, anyone. Alright, so I'm going to place this thing in a way I will have 1 inch at the back, at the side, and I'll have at least 3 inches at the crotch part. Can you see? And make sure you have extra at the up. If you check, the front and the back do not stop the same place. The back is higher with at least 3 inches. Now you come out with this crotch line and this hip line. Alright, so this part must be higher with at least 3 inches or thereabouts. Now this crotch, I'm going to come out by 3 inches. I'm going to come out by 3 inches. And at the hip here, I'll come out by 2 inches. Now this place, I'll just take it up. And then I'm going to go high by 1.5 inches. Now, it's either you put everything together and go high by your 2 inches, or you measure from this half inch we added. All right, let me fold it inside so that you understand what I'm saying. Now, if you fold it inside, you just go up by 1.5 inches. But if you did not fold it, just go up by 2 inches. That is just for your hip extension. That is for your boot extension, so that when you sit down, your your underwears will not be showing, and then you're going to connect it together like this, because the side must end the same place. The sides must be the same length, and now you add the half inch. That's what I was saying. If you don't want to start adding this half an inch again, you can just leave it straight and make it 2 inches. All right, so just take your time. And after getting this side now will come out by 1 inch. Yes, this side, the side, not the curvy part, not the flap area. This side, you come out by 1 inch to the down, and you make it on a straight line. So that flap that we come out by 3 inches instead of 2.5 we use at the front is because that is the back. So whatever, when you divide your hip, whatever you have there, you're going to add half an inch to it for your back. But for your front, just use exactly what you have. All right, so this place now, we are going to curve it. We are going to connect it like together. You can use your curve rule. If you can also use your free hand like me. All right, so this side will be having 1.5 inches till down. That is the pattern I'm using here. It's one of the easiest pattern to make trouser. It's either you divide your hip by 18, or you divide your front by 20 and divide your back by 10. Both of them works very well. So that is the major two pattern I use, and they works very well for me. Now I'm going to cut. Can you see those places I'm touching is where I will be cutting now. Cut, cut, cut. All right, so after cutting, this is the back pocket. So this is 8 inches, and the width is 7 inches. The length is 8 inches and the width is 7 inches. Now I'm going to fold by the length. That 8 inches, I have folded it, and then from the edge, that place that is open, from the edge you come up by 2 inches, and then you mark it. Now from this tip, this part that is closed, you're going to channel it, just curve it slant like this, and you cut it out. Now after cutting it, you open it. That is your back pocket. Now you go to your ironing table, you use your iron, and then you're going to fold this pocket. You're going to fold all these corners. Can you see? Just put in like half an inch, you fold this part, put in half an inch, you fold. Just go to your iron table to be easier for you. You fold and you iron, you fold and iron. And when it gets to this other straight part, which is the pocket opening, you're going to fold it into two like this, and you go to your sewing machine and you sew it straight. The same thing to the second one. And then for the front pocket, you come down by 7 inch, corner by 7 inches, and then you go in by 2 inches. Now you're going to connect these 7 inches and the 2 inches together. Can you see my hand? Now after connecting it, you cut it out. Just connect it the way you want, the curve you want, and then you cut it out. Now after cutting it out, you get a pieces like this. Can you see? Now this pieces is 16 inches width, but when you fold it like this, it becomes what, 8 inches, and the length is 10. Now you open it up like this at the 16 inches like this. Open it up, and please, if you're working with pattern, with material that have pattern, pay attention to the pattern. Can you see? So even with the pocket, I'm still facing the lion's head to be up. Can you see? So you just check whatever pattern you're working with, and you make sure they are rhyming. Now I'm going to cut out this part. Just cut it out the same shape you cut that pocket now, and make it equal, because you use it, the pocket piece, to turn that part. Now you take one, and then one of the trouser piece, and you place it well like this, right facing right, and you're going to sew it. Now you pin it down if you want, sew it, notch it, then you flip it over like this, push all those excess to one side, and you sew it on top. That is called back stitching. Now see it. Can you see? Everything is on that pocket side. Now you turn it to this back like this. All right, you can iron it very well, and you close these pockets, they will come and meet each other like this. Now when they meet each other, you're going to sew this down. See my hand? You're going to sew it, but before you sew it, you're going to remove it from the main short. Just sew it on its own, and then look at it. Now you flip it inside like this. Can you see? Arrange your knicker very well, or your pants very well, and then this part that came out, you're going to check to make sure you have what you cut out plus what you use and turn it. Yeah, just use 2.5 inches to turn it. That's quarter. So if you use up to half, make sure you have at least 2.5. Now you're going to sew this up together, so two of them together, and then you join this flap, the front flap, join two of them together and join the flap. Now for the pockets, the back pockets, you come down by 4 inches, and from that flap area you go in by 2 inches. You place your pocket there, and then you do what, you pin it down and go to your sewing machine and sew it round. It's very simple. From the up, just come down by 4 inches. Now from that flap part, you just come in by 2 inches, and then you sew it. Can you see my hand? Just follow the shape you already have. Look at the one I've done. Just follow that shape and sew it, and then you put both of them together like this, and you sew it. Sew the flap together like this. Now you open the back and put the front on the top. You're going to join the two sides together with half an inch, 1 inch, any one. Just sew it straight, and sew the other side too. Now you sew the flap too with the same half an inch. After sewing this part, go back there and sew this other side. Thank you. All right, so now after sewing, you are going to fold this down. Now you either fold it like this and iron before folding, or you just fold it into two, and after folding, you measure the waist, and what you have there, you're going to cut it on a straight pieces. The opening will be 5 inches, but when you close it like this, it will be 2.5. Now you iron it to get this crease line, join it together, and you will have this. Can you see? Now this is it. All right, so let's join it to the band now. This joining part, you take it to the flap at the back and join it round. You can pin it if you want, but just make sure that joining starts from the joining at the back, at that flap back. Now you fold it in like this. Can you see? Because you've already ironed it, everything will be easier for you. So you fold it in like this, and you're going to fold in a little, like half an inch on top. It's either you fold it with your iron or you fold it on top of your knicker, and you sew it round, leaving at least 2 inches, because I'm using a bigger band. Now this thing I'm marking is optional, just for me to know the side that will meet each other after inserting my elastic. Now use your safety pin it, and you put it inside. Take your time and insert your elastic. Like I said, take your time. After inserting, you join two of them together and you join it. When you join that elastic, you push it inside and you close that part. Now this place, you're going to join this up. You're just going to run two thread on it, you understand, to hold the elastic firm. And we have come to the end of this tutorial. Please, thank you for stopping by. Like, comment and share. Bye.